YouTube. You're listening to a Faster PC live technical support here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour on 1590 AM. Also, again, streaming live to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can actually head over and you can watch that and see the show. So we're here. We're ready to answer your questions. We do have a big show lined up for you today. One of the things we will be going over is how you can actually go over and we'll actually be showing you how you can watch the NFL draft without cable TV. And so we'll also be going over how to save money on your internet and television service, because we've helped a lot of people do that just recently. So I'm going to, just for a second, I'm going to unplug my audio. So I'm going to have just a brief pause, but I'll be right back. Back over. Okay, so anyway, we're back. We're ready to answer your computer questions and ready to actually solve your computer and technical issues as well. Let me just make sure. I think my audio, my audio is coming through. Looks like it's coming through the station very good. So I just had a little bit of an audio glitch this morning as I started off, and just unplugging and replugging just helps resolve that. So we have helped several people recently we have helped several people recently save money, and we'll be talking about that, how to save money on your television, and also how to save money on your internet. And we do have some recent examples. We have now helped multiple customers save well over. I think they're all going to be saving, definitely well over $100 a month, but up to $170 a month. But what we're going to talk about right now, because coming up this week is a very big week if you're an NFL fan, because if you're an NFL fan, you probably are rooting for your team to draft the next big star. And there have been some big stars, and in fact there have been some people that were hyped as big stars recently that actually don't haven't really panned out yet to be big stars. And in fact, sometimes you'll see all the various pundits, they'll be saying, well, this player, he's not someone that we can actually go to, and he's not going to be good. He doesn't have all the skills. He doesn't have the mentality. And sometimes those players actually do perform very well. And then sometimes you also have players that maybe they just they're projected to be really great, and they never really pan out. And then sometimes you have players that get drafted by the wrong team, and they look like they're a draft bust, and then they go to another team and they win a Super Bowl. We saw that this last year. But definitely though, you have seen some amazing talent coming out of the draft. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, linebacker, edge rushers, all the different positions. And you're probably out there saying, hey, you know what? I want to watch this. Well, if you do want to watch it without cable TV, you can actually do that. Now, here are your options to be able to watch this. The NFL Network will provide comprehensive coverage for all 3 days. So if you have NFL Network, you can get that through you can get that through a cable TV. You can get it through a cable TV streaming substitute package. In any one of those combinations will do that. You can also subscribe to NFL Plus or NFL Plus Premium, and you get the NFL Network with that. and the NFL does have trials on that. If we have time, I'll show you a Roku device, and we'll show you going into the NFL NFL app on that. So ESPN will also host draft coverage and analysis. So ESPN is really big, of course, and they do have a subscription now, and it actually includes more than what it did include last year, but it does cost more than what it cost last year as well. So ESPN is one way to do it. Another way to do it is with ABC. So at least portions of the draft will be aired on ABC, and ABC can be picked up over the air with an antenna. So there's a digital signal, the tower comes out and it picks it up, and you can actually watch this. By the way, yesterday I went to a home where we actually set up they had a Fire Stick, and they were already using that. I'll talk a little bit more about this in the next segment, but they also had an antenna, and this was not an outdoor antenna. We talk a lot about an outdoor antenna on a 20-foot pole. You'll get the best reception with that, but they had an indoor antenna, and it was one they had really close. They had a window, and so we were able to pick up a lot of channels, including ABC, with this indoor antenna. So you definitely, though, you can get certain portions of it at least through that, and you can also go to NFL.com or the ESPN app. Although with the ESPN app, you're going to actually need to actually pay some money to be able to watch that. So let me switch over here to, let me get my, let's see. I'm going to actually get my capture, and I'll switch over and show you the Roku device. So what we can do, we can actually, if you don't already have the NFL app installed on your Roku, or you can do this with a Fire Stick, you can do this with Google TV, you can do this with Apple TV also. Just search for NFL and you'll see the app. Now when you click on it, if you already have it, you can choose to open it. If not, you can choose to install it, and it is free to install. However, there are certain content in there. A lot of the content, if you really want the full access to it, you will need to subscribe. However, the subscription's not very expensive. They do have plans where you can watch the games on a tablet or a phone. You see here, right now they're actually showing, it looks like they're showing part of the combine. As you see players, where they're going to go ahead and check this player and time him on a 40-yard dash and so on and so forth. You see all the other players ready and waiting to go on the sidelines, and amped up a little bit, probably a lot. And so this is one of the big things where people say, hey, this player is so fast, and he's got the wingspan, and he's got the intelligence and all of this, and people really like to watch it. But anyway, you can subscribe. And what this is showing, it is showing the combine right now. And you can actually subscribe to NFL Plus or NFL Plus Premium. I subscribe to NFL Plus Premium because what that does is it gives me everything that they have, really. I can't watch the games live. I could watch them live on my phone, and you can do that just with MSL Plus or NFL Plus. You can watch it on your phone or your tablet. But I can watch it after the game. In fact, within minutes after the game, I can actually watch the game. If I wait maybe 30 minutes, I watch it without commercials. If I wait maybe 2 hours or so, 3 hours, I can watch the condensed version, which takes like 35 to 45 minutes to watch a complete game. Now, you have to really pay attention to that because they just show the beginning of the first play to the end of the second play. But any of those subscriptions will get you access to the NFL Network. And you'll be able to actually watch this, and that's one way to watch it as well. So again, you can watch it on the NFL Network. You can watch it also, the NFL Draft on the NFL Network. You can watch it on ABC, and you can watch it in addition to ABC, ESPN. They do have their own subscription package, or you can subscribe to NFL Plus Premium. Install the app. By the way, you don't have to install the app too. You can actually go out. Let me switch over to a full screen, and I can show you that I could actually go out to NFL.com, and I can get the same information right here on my phone or on my computer. And I can also, just being logged in, I can actually watch. And I can also, in addition to this, there's apps on my phone, my tablet, that I can watch there as well. So anyway, you see the draft coming up Thursday at 8 p.m. and it'll be streaming on the NFL Network, plus also NFL Plus. If you want to learn more about that, you need a little bit of help, you need a faster PC, give us a call. You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here. We're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a faster PC. Hackers are constantly looking for ways to break into your computer and network to access your data and hold it hostage. Think this can't happen to you? Think again. Hackers regularly target small businesses. A Faster PC has produced a cybersecurity crisis report that goes over urgent and critical protections every small business must have in place now to protect their bank accounts, client data, confidential information, and reputation from the tsunami of cybercrime. To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at www.fastpc.com. That's www.afasterpc.com. Cybersecurity problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
To access this report, give us a call at 772-878-5978 or download the report today at afasterpc.com.
You need a faster PC.
772-878-5978. Microsoft's end of support for Windows 10 is here, and if you continue to use Windows 10, your computer will be increasingly susceptible to security vulnerabilities. A faster PC can upgrade most computers to Windows 11, even if Microsoft has told you that your computer doesn't support Windows 11, and we can even do so remotely without you needing to leave your work or home. Don't be a sitting duck for hackers. Let a faster PC upgrade your computer today. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
When you need to protect your computer from hackers,
you need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.fastpc.com.
That's www.afasterpc.com. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
www.afasterpc.com. 772-878-5978. Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. I know you've been waiting, a whole few minutes for the next segment of today's show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer question answered, well, now's a great time to give us a call. Give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772-340-5090, 772-340-5090. Of course, if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to call and be on the radio. This is your opportunity, by the way, if you do want to be on the radio. But if you're a little bit shy, maybe you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a fast
Technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions, you can give us a call here, 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590. What we wanted to go over on this segment is how you can save, how you can cut your cable bill, how you can cut your television, how much you're paying for television, how much you're paying for internet. Because we have now done this in the last few months, we actually have helped several customers save quite a bit of money. And I know we have other customers that we have talked to us, and they've said, you know what, we need to actually get with you also, because we're paying too much money. And all of these customers were paying a considerable amount of money. Two of them were paying over over $200 in the mid $200 range. One of them was paying almost $400 a month. Now, the services that they were paying for included internet, and it included also cable TV, and in two of the cases, it included telephone service as well. One of the ones that was almost $400 a month did include phone service. Another one that was in the mid 200s did include phone service as well. So how do you switch? How do you go from paying that much money to being able to pay considerably less and being able to save more than $100 a month? In fact, one of the customer that was paying the most, he still has phone service and he still has internet service, but he is actually paying $170 less each month than what he was paying before. And you know what? We're going to do something with his phones, bring that over to voice over IP so that he can save some money on that. And that way he's not going to have that huge expense going forward in the future there. But what we're looking at is being able to save money. And also with all of these customers, they all cut the cord. And I can tell you that it's a change. It's learning. And if you're older, a lot of people don't like learning, whether they're old or young. But especially when you're older, the technology is a little bit more tricky to get with. Our customer that is saving $170 a month, he actually is in his mid-90s. And even though he's in his mid-90s, and he talked to me about this for about 2 to 3 years before he actually did it, so it was something where he was thinking about it, but, do I want to really learn a new way of doing it or not? That's a little bit of a question that you need to ask yourself. But you know what? He's in his mid-90s. It is challenging for him because it's a new way, and he's learning a new way of watching content. But really, he can watch everything he used to watch, even more, and he actually is saving $170 a month. And that $170 a month savings tells him, you know what? It's worth it to learn a new way of doing this. So With him, by the way, we kept his same internet service provider in place. We didn't change it. With some of the others, we actually did change it. And we're going to talk about that. So you have the internet and then you have the TV. We'll probably talk about the TV first, because the thing is, what you want to do is get with yourself. Just think, what shows do I like to watch? And if there's other people in the household, find out what shows they like to watch. And in fact, what shows you don't want to live without. And you can actually watch, because there are solutions that we can pick out and you can pick out that will give you access to that content without paying as much in cable. And I can tell you the first one that was paying almost $400 a month, he had a huge list. He and his son had a huge list. They have a lot of different shows that they wanted to watch, a lot of different channels that they wanted to watch. And we were able to get a package that has everything except for one of those. The one was a very obscure, and he can get some of that content for free through streaming. But anyway, you want to write down what you want to watch. And then we can look at what services are out there that can provide you what you want to watch, and come up with a package and a plan that's the least expensive for you, that will save you money. And so and it's different for everyone. That first customer that I mentioned that was paying almost $400 a month, he actually had a situation where, he did have a lot of different shows that he wanted to watch. And as a result, he did sign up for a cable TV streaming substitute package. So it's really a streaming package that's a substitute for cable TV. Ironically enough, he was with DirecTV before, and now he's with DirecTV Stream. But he's paying $170 less a month, and he's getting a lot of content. And you know what? If he decided tomorrow that he wanted to switch and go to another streaming service, he could do that, because he's not under a contract with that streaming service. So he's really going and really spending the most money, more money than any other one of our customers in this that we're reviewing today. The other two, one of them, they were actually paying in the range of $250 a month, and we actually, what we did, there's two sisters that lived together in the same house, and the internet was in one of their names, and the other sister didn't have internet, and they had cable TV. Again, they're paying about $250 a month. And so, we looked, well, what is it that you like to watch? Well, a lot of what they like to watch is old shows. And you know what? We've shown you on this show how you can actually watch old shows. In fact, I'll switch over as I'm talking. I'll just switch over to the Roku device, and I'll even show you, as I'm talking, show you some of the content that you can actually watch completely free. You can watch it in Pluto, you can watch it in CW, you can watch it in Tubi, and so we can go over here to, let me see, over here to the channel guide. There's a lot of, if you want to watch the older shows, you can actually do that. A lot of new stuff as well, and sports stuff. You can watch completely free. So, but they like to watch a lot of the older stuff. In addition to the older stuff, they like Fox News, they like Fox Business, and they really didn't care about anything else. So you know what we did? We actually, prior to me coming over to their house, we actually signed the sister up that didn't have cable, didn't have internet currently. We signed her up with Comcast Xfinity internet service. And with the Xfinity internet service, she has a 300 megabit speed download and a 5-year guaranteed price guarantee. And she's locked in at that speed and that price, the price is $45 a month. That's a prepay. She has to prepay. She has to get an electronic invoice, not a mailed invoice, but it's $45 a month. One of the things that's different also that Xfinity is doing now differently is that actually includes the equipment. In the past, people were paying $15 a month, sometimes even $20 a month for the equipment. And in addition, what they were doing with that is, we helped people where we got rid of the equipment, but they bought their own modem, they bought their own router. Really, I would have my own router anyway because you get a better, you get better quality. And there's more features with your own router. You can do a lot more with your own router. But anyway, this $45 a month includes the modem, and it includes the modem, and they don't have to pay any extra for that. And in fact, if you use your own modem, it doesn't save you any money. So you might as well use their modem to because you're not having to pay for it. So anyway, that's what $45 a month. Again, they were paying $250 a month. And then we signed them up for Fox One, which gives them the Fox channel, the regular Fox broadcast channel. And also, in addition to the Fox broadcast channel, it also includes Fox News, Fox Business, and there's certain archived portions of that as well. $20 a month. They do also, if you watch Fox, you probably have seen advertisements for Fox Nation. Watch this show on Fox Nation, and you could watch that show on Fox Nation. Well, you can get Fox Nation for an additional $5 a month. They didn't care about Fox Nation. They said, we didn't have it before. We don't want it. So it's not a big deal. So they're up to $65 a month versus $250 a month. So really, they're saving really about $180 a month. Now, they did actually pay us, and they are a managed services client for us, and they actually did add on we have a TV add-on, we have an on-site add-on. They added those on, and so they are paying us a little bit more money, but overall, they're going to be saving like $145 a month. So this is a legitimate, real savings. Then yesterday, and we've talked to you about really negotiating your price down when you're talking about going over and looking at internet. That's one portion of it. TV is another portion of it. But we had another client just yesterday. They were paying about over $240 a month, almost $250 a month. And they also had a Roku, the previous two people bought Rokus from us. We provided the Rokus. They could have bought them themselves. But this customer already had an Amazon Fire Stick, and they were used to using it. So they knew how to use the Amazon Fire Stick. And they also bought a DVR device that can actually record content that's streamed and also can record over-the-air broadcasts that are picked up by an antenna. And so they had this option out there. And then what happened was they bought that and they bought an antenna. We connected the antenna. Let me tell you, they were able to get a huge amount of channels with this indoor antenna. Now, they are on the south side of Port St. Lucie. And, so if you live in a different area, you might get a different, they're picking up stations out of the West Palm area, but they were able to get ABC, CBS, NBC, and this wasn't with an outdoor antenna. They would get even better reception with an outdoor antenna, but they had an indoor antenna, and again, they were able to pick up really great reception. Now, the reception, when I say really great, it wasn't always really great. Sometimes it did. You kind of, if you've watched DirecTV satellite, you get that pixelation and where the screen starts to break up. They actually had that going on their system sometimes, but with this one box, and we'll go over that box later, and maybe some of the other options of that. They can actually choose to record live TV, so they can watch it later, fast forward through the commercials. And anyway, they're doing that. We called up Comcast, and again, they're paying like, and they did have a phone line in their deal also, but they're paying almost $250 a month. And so we called up Comcast, and we're prepared. Hey, you know what? If they won't cut your price, we can actually switch over and sign your wife up for the account. So your wife can have the account, and it will be out of your name. And but they were able to, they would prefer to keep it in their name. So we called up Comcast, and we were able to negotiate a price for 300 megabit service of $55 a month with a 5-year guaranteed price contract. And so without having to change it over to their wife, they're able to lock this in. They don't have telephone service anymore. They don't have television anymore. But they're able to get the content that they want. And really, they're adding on, they're a managed services client of ours, and they're adding on as well. But they're still going to be paying considerably less, and looking at maybe $170 savings. If you need help with this, give us a call.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now is your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page, and you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now, or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
The one thing we hate to hear after someone's hard drive dies is, I was just about to make a backup. Just about is not good enough. At a faster PC, we can recover data from failing hard drives, but not all the time. And we can't recover your data if it's stolen or destroyed by fire, unless you have a backup. We can't recover your data if it's encrypted with ransomware unless you have a backup. A faster PC can protect your data from loss by hard drive failure, fire, theft, sabotage, and ransomware. Don't wait until it's too late.
You need a faster PC.
When your data is important,
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is located at 7190 South US 1 in Fort St. Lucie, next to Dollar General.
And on the web at
www.fastpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. When you can't lose your data,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
give us a call today at 772-878-5978. Not feeling the love from your current IT company? Keeping your business running shouldn't depend on you chasing an IT guy who's ghosting you. You deserve better. Get a free network risk assessment on us. If you're dealing with slow systems, constant hiccups, get a free network risk assessment today. We'll take a loving, long look at your environment and identify security vulnerabilities, backup failures, outdated configurations, performance bottlenecks, compliance risks, and cloud or remote work gaps. Schedule your call today by giving us a call at 772-878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Or visit us on the web at
www.fastpc.com/radio
offer. That's afasterpc.com/radio offer. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. Either go to our website at fasterpc.com. We have a link that says listen to a Faster PC radio. If you click on that, it'll take you to our Facebook page, or go to Facebook and search for a Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1. And our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we are back ready to answer your computer technical, streaming, and cybersecurity questions. And hopefully you found the last two segments helpful. And, if you've been thinking about cutting the cord, we can help you out. Give us a call, 772-878-5978. Last week, we did actually go over the cybersecurity threat rundown, the biggest and most critical cybersecurity threats that you need to know about. That video is out on our website, the standalone video, if you want to go watch that. If you missed that, there's a major Microsoft threat that is not patched yet. We also, this past week, went over our Microsoft Patch Tuesday. It also included Adobe Patch Tuesday. Thankfully, Adobe did patch their PDF threat, but you need to make sure that you install that patch. Microsoft has not patched Blue Hammer yet. And so, but you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch those. By the way to get to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, of course, you can go to Facebook and YouTube and you can search, but you can also go to our website, afasterpc.com. At the very top of the page, there's a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that, and as you scroll down on the left-hand side, there's various ways that you can schedule live technical support with a Faster PC technician, both in shop, on site, or remote. We can also, on the right hand side, there's various ways that you can listen to and watch a Faster PC live technical support, and including our videos. By the way, we're over 190,000 views on YouTube now and over 800 subscribers. So really, I would say at our current rate, we're going to eclipse 200,000 views probably this coming week, definitely before the end of the month. And within 1 month, if we maintain the current pace, we actually will be over 900 subscribers within 1 month from today. So we're here, though. We're ready to answer your questions. And today we're going to go over the latest, most critical cybersecurity threats so that you can be aware and take proactive measures to protect yourselves, your computers, your computer network, and your data. And I know there are people listening that are just consumers, and there are people listening that run businesses. There are even IT professionals that listen to this show. And whatever the case is, whatever category you're in, whatever level of technology that you have, you need to protect it. So what if the antivirus on your computer was the thing hackers were counting on? And what if the phone call you just received from Microsoft support wasn't a human at all, but an AI, artificial intelligence agent that was trained specifically to steal your passwords? And somewhere right now, malware exists that was designed to poison a city's drinking water supply. This is not a movie trailer. Every single one of these things happened this week. So Welcome back. And what we're going to do, we're going to cover the biggest cybersecurity stories of this week, stories that affect you as a business owner, a home computer user, or someone who lives in a connected world. We've got a massive Windows update that a fake app that stole nearly $10 million in crypto right off the Apple App Store, and a ransomware group that figured out how to completely bypass your endpoint security. Stick around because I'm going to tell you what you need to do, and at the end I'll reveal the scariest story of this week. You don't want to miss it. So here's the thing. Microsoft just released Patch Tuesday. We go over it again. We have a larger video that will be up soon on our YouTube channel, but they actually patched 247, including third-party patches, 247 vulnerabilities. That's the second biggest of any Patch Tuesday. And this includes 2 zero-day threats, 2 zero-day flaws, making it one of the largest single-month releases in Microsoft's history. Here's what this means in plain English. These security holes in Windows and related software that hackers could use to break into your computer, steal your data, and take over your entire system. And 2 of these holes were already being actively exploited. And there's another hole that we told you about last week, Blue Hammer, that hasn't been patched yet. So what you want to do is actually make sure that you're installing the Windows updates, to make sure that you have installed those Windows updates. If you need help with any of that, we can help you here at A Faster PC. We can also even automate this for you so that your updates are installed automatically and your computers reboot and get those installed. So how about this? Have you ever gotten a phone call from Google or Microsoft or Coinbase telling you your account has suspicious activity? You need to call us right now. Press 1 to call this number, or maybe even we need to resolve this. So this is a scam that's been around for years, and really we've seen customers that have lost big money, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, even $150,000 off of these types of scams. And we've been warning you about this, but there's a new cybercrime platform called ATHR that can run fully automated voice phishing attacks using AI agents that handle the entire phone call, from luring you with a convincing fake email to calling you back to stealing your login credentials. It's being sold on underground criminal forums for $4,000 plus a 10% cut of whatever is stolen. The platform supports credential theft targeting Google, Microsoft, Coinbase, Beyonce, Gemini, Crypto.com, Yahoo, and AOL accounts. Here's what makes this terrifying. When you call the number in the phishing email, ATHR's AI agent answers. It verifies your callback, tells you about suspicious activity on your account, which, by the way, is made up, asks you to confirm your phone number, starts a fake recovery process, and ultimately extracts your 6-digit verification code. And the voice sounds completely human and professional. Researchers warn that this significantly reduces the barrier for criminals. Even attackers with no technical background can run large-scale attacks, convincing phishing campaigns from start to finish. Your defense: if you get a call or email warning you about a suspicious activity, hang up and go directly to that company's official website to check your account. Also, you can give a call to A Faster PC or your other IT provider, and just to double check and make sure that this is, whether this is legitimate or not. So the App Store isn't as safe as you think. Fake crypto app steals $9.5 million off of Apple's App Store. You've probably been told for years, only download apps from the official App Store, Apple's App Store and Google's Play Store. that screen, they screen everything, right? Well, not unfortunately, some things slip through. In fact, a lot of things on the Google side, but even some things are slipping through on the Apple side as well. So there's a fake version of the Ledger Live cryptocurrency app was listed on the Apple App Store under a fraudulent developer's name. It mimicked the real app branding so convincingly that it fooled dozens of users into entering their cryptocurrency wallet recovery phrases, handing attackers full control of their wallets. What this means is that all the cryptocurrency is actually stolen. One victim described losing his entire retirement fund, 10 years of savings gone in an instant. Musician G Love publicly reported losing $400,000 in Bitcoin after downloading the app while setting up a new computer. The app was live for approximately 2 weeks before Apple removed it. It passed Apple's review process despite asking for seed phrases, something no legitimate crypto app should ever do. The rule here is simple. Never enter your wallet's recovery phrase into an app ever. If something asks for it, it's a scam, period. Drop a comment below. Do you use cryptocurrency? Have you ever been worried about App Store scams? Let us know in the comment section below if you're listening on the live video or recorded video. So this next one is scary for every business owner listening and watching. You may have heard of ransomware software that locks up your files until you pay a ransom. Maybe you've invested in endpoint security, a good antivirus monitoring software, smart move, but a ransomware group called Payout King just figured out how to make that search or that tool irrelevant. Researchers found that Payout King had started hiding their ransomware inside virtual machines, essentially running a copy within your computer. By doing this, their malicious software became invisible to most security tools because those tools can only see what's happening on the surface level of your main operating system, not inside the hidden virtual machine. Think of it like this: a thief who hides inside a shipping container. Your security cameras watch the parking lot, but they can't see inside that container. But by the time they realize the thief is there, the damage is already done. This is exactly why businesses need layered security, not just one antivirus, and we can actually, and active monitoring as well. Here at a Faster PC, we can help you provide this for you. So here's another one. This is urgent. Researchers this week confirmed that 3 recently disclosed Windows security vulnerabilities are now being actively exploited in the wild. These aren't theoretical risks. Criminals are actively using these flaws to gain elevation of privileges on Windows machines, essentially promoting themselves from guest to administrator, even higher than administrative level, without your permission. Once they have admin access, they can install software, steal data, disable your security tools, and deploy ransomware. One of these tools is a Windows task host vulnerability that CISA, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, added to its known exploit vulnerabilities catalog this week, which means the government officially considers it real and active threat. And separately, a researcher published a working proof of concept exploit for Microsoft's Defender 0-day called Red Sun that grants full system level privileges, the highest level of access possible on Windows machines. Make sure that you're protecting your systems. And if you need help with any of this, you need a faster PC. Give us a call, 772-878-5978, 772-878-5978, and visit our website at fasterpc.com. At our website, download our free cybersecurity report. Doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation. You can download that for free. You can also schedule a discovery call with me. We can sit down and talk about you and your environment and how we can protect you against these types of threats. We're coming to the end of today's show, but if you've missed any part of this show, want to listen to or watch it again, or want to be an influencer and share it with your friends, head over to our website at fasterpc.com. In the very top of the page, right in the middle, you'll see a red button that says Live Technical Support. Click on that button. On the left-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can schedule a Faster PC technician for remote, in-shop, or on-site support. On the right-hand side, you'll see various ways that you can listen to or watch a Faster PC live technical support, including our live streams on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, where you'll not only be able to hear the show, but also see it as well. We also have links to our YouTube videos page, where you can watch segments of our show, and our YouTube Shorts page, where you can watch little snippets of a Faster PC live technical support. And we have a link where you can actually submit questions and topics for us to cover in a future show or video, including what you may want to watch without cable TV. We want to invite you to listen to our church radio show tomorrow morning here on WPSL at 10 a.m. You can hear other sermons on our church website, covenanttabernacle.com, and our church's YouTube channel, Covenant Tabernacle World Outreach Center. We're open today until 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, we're open 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 2. If you have computer technical, streaming, or cybersecurity problems,
You need a faster PC.
visit
www.fasterpc.com.
that's thefasterpc.com, or call a Faster PC today at 772-878-5978. And remember, when you have or want to prevent computer, technical, streaming, or cybersecurity problems,
Don't you know by now you need a faster PC?
Prior to Jesus' ministry, he was filled with the Holy Spirit. After he fasted and prayed 40 days and nights, Jesus left his temptation filled with the power of the Holy Spirit. The Apostle Peter said that the gift of the Holy Spirit is available to those he spoke to, their children, and all who were far off. This means that you too can cry out to God to be saved and ask him to fill you with his Holy Spirit. Cry out to him today.
WPSL Port St. Lucie.